my story starts with two young people in love, barely 20 years old. We moved out of state, we moved in together, using the rhythm method for contraception, which really means pregnancy, and that, of course, is what happened. Today, I'm astounded that I was even surprised when my girlfriend told me that she was pregnant. I'm astounded that I never had even considered that possibility when she told me. At first, I didn't want her to have an abortion. In my heart, I knew it was wrong. But at the same time, I didn't want to step up and say, okay, let's get married and we'll be a family and we'll raise our child together. I wish that I had said and done that at the time. You see, I had too many other plans, for my life at that point that didn't include, raising a child. And so I was considering doing something that I felt was wrong because it was convenient, rather than doing what I felt was right. Before we could make a final decision, the doctor made the decision for us. He prescribed a therapeutic abortion due to health risks for the mother. And so it was done. Afterwards, I didn't think about it too much. After all, the prevailing thought of the day, and this is back in the mid-70s, was that it really wasn't a big deal, it wasn't really a life, etc., etc., etc. So years later, I got married, and my wife and I discovered that we could not have children. We pursued adoption. Out of our disappointment, we pursued adoption. And through the most fortunate of circumstances, we were able to adopt our daughter, who was the most beautiful baby girl ever born. She was then, and she is now, a blessing in our lives. She was a product of a teenage pregnancy. And watching her grow, raising her, and looking at her, I knew that my selfish ways had to change. That same inner voice that was telling me that abortion was wrong was telling me to seek Him for the good of my daughter and for all my family, everyone around me. I wish I could go back and talk to my younger self. I would tell me, stop buying into what the culture is telling you what it means to be a man. This unending stream of sexual stimulation in the culture, the movies, everywhere, it's only using that to sell you something. And you may be buying it at the expense of your family's welfare. Some years later, I discovered that I was found by Him. I discovered His love for me. This relationship with God started growing. I started going to church, hanging out with other Christians, volunteering to serve Him in different ways, different ministries. And this is what led me to RETA, where I started receiving training for couples coaching and men's coaching. And one day, Jeff Fader, who was training me, invited me to take part in a Bible study called Healing Father's Heart, which is a Bible study specifically for men who have had an abortion experience. And this is what led to my healing. I found in the Bible that God's forgiveness extends to everything. It knows no bounds. And so there is nothing that He won't forgive us for.